architect, super famous architect named we call her Aqua Woman because she made aqua. Does some other things around the country and around the world. She's literally a genius. She won a MacArthur Genius Grant. In fact, she's doing work right here. See these yellow orange cranes? They're in the process. They recently started building a 93-story, super high-end, Chinese financed residence and hotel called Wanda Vista Towers. The penthouse is for sale, $17 million. You can probably look into that. Now let's nerd out here for a second. How do you build a tall building in a windy city with sandy clay soil? Do it very carefully. Here's how. You know what a butcher block table is? Big legs. Imagine that these two towers are going to have 6 giant legs each. These legs are 12 feet diameter, full of concrete and steel that goes down into the bedrock, which is about 120 feet down. Now those legs are tied together with a mat, a table. In this case, 11 foot thick, full of 1.2 million pounds of 2 1/4 inch rebar, and then filled with concrete. In this case, 427 concrete trucks worth of concrete. It took 17 hours to pour it. So it's a hefty base. Now, these buildings have to deal not only with the static load of the gravity, the weight of the building, but also the dynamic load, the horizontal forces of the wind. We're in a windy city here, right? So these buildings have to be sturdy in multiple directions. Over to the left, in this gap, real quick, right there, you're going to see a building in the 3rd row with a hole in it. You see those columns. It's the Blue Cross Blue Shield building. In 1995, they built 32 floors. What they told the architects, if business picks up, they might need some more floor space. Apparently they did. 15 years later, they built another 25 floors on top of the 32 floors. Take the air conditioning and mechanical equipment from the old roof, move to the new roof, and turn the old roof into an atrium. Expansion. Over to the left, there's an interesting group of buildings with different shapes. We got a box, a triangle, and a wave. The black box, 1979. We're going to talk more about those. The triangular shape, Swiss Hotel. Doesn't it look like a Toblerone bar? It's not made of chocolate. And then 2009 Aqua, the one behind it there. Those are different shapes, different materials, different textures, but look at how well they're getting along. The black box, once again. Get used to seeing these. We're going to see a lot. That style is called black box modern. And the father of that whole genre of architecture was here in Chicago. His name was Mies van der Rohe. Mies van der Rohe, super important architect. He was the one that said less is more. Form follows function. So pretty popular guy. You'll see a lot of his black boxes around. Okay, the Trump International Hotel and Tower directly in front of us. Doesn't it look like it's a continuation of the river up into the sky? Finished in 2009, done by a Chicago native architect, a world-famous guy named Adrian Smith. Now, Adrian Smith we call the world's tallest architect because he makes super tall buildings, including the tallest building in the world. And now, can you imagine this building is made with setbacks. You see those three horizontal patios? They're not arbitrary heights. They're each at the height of a neighboring building. The first one, where the Trump sign is the same height of the roof of the white Wrigley building next door to it. The second patio is the same height of a tall, skinny building just coming into view across the river. The third patio is the same height of the black box next door to it. So it's acknowledging its neighbors' heights. Also, it's tucked between a white building on one side and a black building on the other. And so I'm going to point out all these buildings that have something to do with each other. So maybe getting along in that sense. The white building up here to the right with the big clock tower is the Wrigley building. Early 1920s, the Wrigley building, Beaux-Arts style. It's French for fine art. It's kind of a mix of all kinds of European style beauty. A little Spanish, a little French, a little Italian, all blending together. Looks like a wedding cake, doesn't it? Made with these terracotta tiles that get a little shinier and a little brighter up towards the top that actually make the building look taller than it is. Here's your photo. If you got your camera out, get the flags flying in the foreground, the clock in the background there. William J. Wrigley Jr., the chewing gum king, made the entire building using chewing gum. Profits. Not chewing gum profits. I do recommend when you walk on the Magnificent Mile, you get down close to this building, go in between the two towers. In fact, to get you there, see this Giardelli's chocolate shop? If you go into Giardelli's and tell them Jim sent you, they'll give you a free piece of chocolate. I know a guy in there. St. Jim sent you. Over to the left, you see the domed building around the left corner there. The building is the Jeweler's Tower. Also, early 1920s Beaux-Art, looking at European styling without cutting and pasting on tried true beauty of Europe. And this was the center of the jewel trade in Chicago in the 1920s and 30s. Now, you may have heard Chicago had a little bit of a gangster problem back then, so the diamond dealers didn't want to walk the streets of Chicago with a big bag of jewels. The dealers would drive their whole car into an elevator in the basement. The car would go up to the floor where they're going to sell their jewels. Nice and smart, right? Except, see the dome on the very top? Back in the late 20s, there was a speakeasy up there, a bar up there. Guess who they say was up there running bootleg liquor and running the city of Chicago? Exactly, Al Capone. He was hiding in plain sight. He ran the city. The Jeweler's Tower.